Hello, my friends, and welcome to the second best day, potentially the best day of the week. Depends on who you are and what time of the day you're working. But anyways, it is, my friends, Saturday. Hey-o. Get it. Hell yeah. Good job, guys. They're always so great about their, let me turn that down. There we go. They're always so great about their cheers. No video. You guys better have video. Are you not getting video? Hello, my friends. It's Saturday. Don't get it mixed. Those guys were correct. They were cheering on the correct day. I think. Pretty sure it was the right day. Wow. A good old day's come to... Wow. You believe that? Saturday. At the end of the week. Wow. Yeah, no, it's great. It's a good time. Today's a work day, my friends. So we're going to be jumping in with GII for a bit of Hathor fun. It actually is going to be a pretty solid big event. And we'll be doing like the multi-stage, multi-location takeover of the Hathor area. And we're going to try and run through the whole session and see if it works for us. Hopefully it does. Unfortunately, I will be leaving today's stream a little bit early. I guess it's not really early since the stream is leaving with me, but the stream will be ending earlier than it normally does today, which is why we started a little bit earlier. I wanted to go over a little bit of news before we got into game and started scouting out and see what we could find around the verse and maybe jump in with the boys preparing for the event. But before that all occurs, hello to you. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. Happy second week of April. You hear the birds freaking chirping out there, dude? Do you hear those birds chirping out there, bro? That's, oh man, what a spring energy. Zero, Thaki, and Space Guy. Welcome in, Space Marine. Good to see you, Victura. Maverick, of course, as always. Tato's gang is up in here. Drazen, my man, good to see you. Valis, welcome in. Mrs. T dancing, holding up the dance. God, I love that dancing emote. I just realized that I had that emote where it's like scrubbing my head. She just showed me that yesterday or 2 days ago. I did not realize that was a thing. Very funny. Very funny. Rhino, Token, Fortune, Glory, Fola, my friend. Welcome in, everybody. Have we, it's time to renew Toes Gang for the day. Oh. New stream, new board. Astro Monkey and Robert, Ash Reaver, Peanuts. Hey, Fusion Jose, how you doing? K-Tony, Kozak, good to see you. So, Toes. The Toes. Lycos, thank you for subbing, dude. 47 months. 47 months, Lycos? Seriously? Wow, man. Walgert, good to see you in chat too. And Maverick, thank you for the bits. All right, y'all. As you all know, I am a human. And as we humans do, we like to go on social media and find things of entertainment to look at. And as social media is wont to do, it shows you the things that are pretty relevant to the stuff you're interested in. As you might imagine, I'm fairly interested in Star Citizen, but I'm also interested in gaming in general. So I am subscribed to a lot of gaming news outlets and Reddit threads. And I've been a long time user of our gaming, our games, our PC gaming, our MMOs, our space sims, our whatever it is. So I'm very familiar with how usually things regarding Star Citizen go down when they reach these outlets. But I saw a thread, and we literally called this out earlier this week, that there were going to be threads about the funding as they cross a new milestone. And so I was like, hey, you know what? I was actually not planning on doing this. But like an hour ago, maybe, I was on Reddit and I saw there was a thread where people were talking about the new crowdfunding milestone and the CitizenCon announcement. And I was like, huh, I wonder what that's going to look like. So I figured maybe we could jump in for a little bit and see what the conversation looks like outside the bubble. Which I think is always healthy for everyone to do every once in a while. Not to get thank you very much. You know, not to get too into the conversation itself. That's one thing. Is like never jump into the conversation. Balta, thank you for the 5 subs, man, and the tier 3, 15 months, my dude. Toast to that. Appreciate you, dude. Hope to see you in an event today. That's something an alien would say to show it's human. I mean, it also something a human would say to show it's human, I hope. Anyone have issues starting the game at the moment? We'll find that out right after we do this. I am going to jump into game. But let's see. This actually didn't get that much traction. It's only got 340 upvotes. But comments. Let's move this aside. One of the best businesses ever invented. It's a never-ending development with enough whales to fund it. Amazing machine. Money machine. They're not wrong. It's a good money machine. They have really figured out their business model. Although I don't think it's working for them. Like, I don't think it's sustainable like this. I think they need to release Squadron. One forgets this game was originally funded in 2012. That I think that's that doesn't make any sense now. But I'll skip that. Like, the original thing that they wanted to make was maybe fun. I don't even think it was funded in 2012, to be honest. I don't think they were going to be able to make what he wanted with Star Citizen from 7 million. Because, like, just go look at the stretch goals. Nope. Wrong one. Just look at the stretch goals for this. Where the heck are they? There we go. Campaign start, right? Star Citizen will feature an additional flagship. Okay. I think their original goal was like... What was their original goal? There's no way it was just a 2.5 million. Like, that wouldn't have lasted development for more than a couple years. With a small team. But maybe it was. Maybe it was. And then maybe these were all additional. But, like, if you look at the early things that they were talking about, I mean, they already wanted to do a super, was it 6 million? So this was kind of, and they said that Star Citizen will launch with 100 star systems. See, there's a problem too, is when they originally announced this, they announced it as one game, but like, it was 2 games. They were like, oh yeah, we're going to make Star Citizen, and it's going to have this campaign called Squadron 42 within it. And that's going to be your single player where you do all your military stuff, and then you can branch out for them to play the MMO. So it's like, oh, okay, and this is one game? No. They split it out into 2 games, and being able to make 2 games with 6 million is even worse than trying to make it with one game with 6 million. That being said, we're well past 6 million. You started back in at 10 million? Dang, man. He was out here. With the mocap studio thing, which, I mean, they refurbished the mocap studio. But I mean, you know, there you go. All right, what else is being said? I want to see a good, like, my daily routine is quite simple. I wake up, eat breakfast, go to work, go home, donate thousands of dollars to Star Citizen, go to bed, repeat. They unfortunately do miss the idea that a lot of you guys, a lot of us don't put thousands of dollars into this game. And it's just not necessarily recently. You can kind of see from their funding that recently they have been making a lot of money, but they haven't been doing a lot of new players as much. But you can kind of draw the comparison. Like, look at the numbers of 2017, 2018, 2019 here. Just kind of like chilling, rising a little bit. And then 2020 jumps in terms of players. And then you look at the funding. And you're like, okay, 2017, 2018, 2019 kind of jumping. And then in 2020, it jumps. And it's like, okay, It might have something to do with the amount of people getting involved, maybe. Because again, you keep seeing like these really high numbers of population, way higher than the previous years where the funding wasn't as high. And then you also kind of see these same spikes. Now, the last year or so was a little bit different, I think, because the game was not in a great state last year. So a lot less people are joining. And then this year had a rough start with 4.0. So genuinely, I think the game being stable and inviting more people who will actually just want to try the game into the game leads to them having more money. It's not necessarily always whales. Sometimes it's whales. Sometimes it's definitely whales. The greatest grift in the industry continues unimpeded. How is this the greatest grift when the day before, what was it called? It was the day before, right? There are like actual scams that get outed. There was a recent one. There was a recent game trying to be like the GTA 6 clone and Paradise. The fake GTA 6 clone, and people are like outing it as a scam. Yet this game where they're still trying to develop something is the biggest grift. Like, hey, now, let's be real. They're doing not a great job at some parts of this, okay? It's definitely going slow. Management hasn't made the best decisions at all times, and we have not gotten some of the stuff that we've been expecting in the time that they've said. If there's anybody who's made a bigger deal out of that, I think it's the Star Citizen community. But the idea that it's a grift is, I don't know. I guess it depends on what the name grift, what grift means. But this person said, I watched Lyric recently play the most up-to-date build of the game, and it took him an hour to get to his ship because all players were clipping through the metro train or the elevator. After 10 years in development, even the most basic core functions like walking on the ground still do not work properly or consistently. That is, the elevators and trains suck. But that's not because of, again, 10 years is not how long they've been working on the elevators and train system. We all know that they just brought in server meshing, which makes them run worse. They weren't running great beforehand, but it's not, none of it is, it's not what's it called? Tangential? Linear. It's not a linear relationship of development. Snowball, those people don't go away, hence money. Kind of. But then 2024 would have made more money. There is some level of performance they have to give in order to keep making more money. They can't just depend on people to stick around. You're both sad and elated about how this year had played out. You do want them to spend more time on engineering and give us a better 1.0 than the testbed version. Right, but like, that is the conundrum that Star Citizen is right now. Look at the reputation they have outside of this game. The first thing anybody mentions is, I saw somebody playing this and it was terrible. We all know that you can play this game and you can have some of the worst situations you've had in gaming and some of the best. But those best never come out because it doesn't really matter if people looking from the outside.
This is your captain speaking.
At the end of the day, CIG is in a position where they need to have the game play well so it looks well, so they can break this stigmatism, because that's all that people care about is what they can see. They don't care about whether or not there's actually development going on. They don't care about if those developers are talking online about what they're doing. They don't care about if those developers will literally host town halls to answer Q&As. None of that matters in today's age. All that matters is whatever people are saying the loudest and the most and in the most places. So in order for CIG to get past this, they're going to have to basically just make sure that the game looks better when it plays. That's the way I see it. Thank you for the raid, Stellar Mass. Appreciate you. And Kenny, with the sub, my dude. How was your stream, Stellar? What were you all up to? Don't tell me playing Star Citizen, that grift. What continues to amaze me is that after 800 million and more than a decade of development, this game still doesn't even have a release date. If it wasn't for the fact that people continue to give money to this project, Cloud Imperium's games would have gone bankrupt years ago. They're not wrong. If people didn't give money to, if you don't give money to a company, it won't live, it won't survive. And I don't think that's true. I don't think that's not true for anybody, but maybe other companies have found other ways to do it. We in Istanbul? No, we don't live in Istanbul. We're in Turkey. We live a little ways outside Istanbul. Well, little ways, like 4 hours. But yeah, I mean, if people didn't give money to this, the project wouldn't work. That's how, I want to say that's how crowdfunded business would work, but like if the people didn't give money to Ubisoft, I guess they have shareholders. So that's kind of making a better point. This company actually depends on making sure that the people who want to play the game are giving money, rather than the people who want to see a return. I'm not saying that's perfect or that like that's a good thing, but I feel like they are making a better point with that statement than like a situation like with Ubisoft, where they for years have followed how do we get the most money for our shareholders rather than making the game that these people like. Where is the disconnect here between a developer who is beholden to the people that they're trying to make the game for and folks who are angry that publishers don't make games for gamers? What are we missing? Is it just because there's so much money involved? If this was 80 million instead of 800 million, would people be like, oh yeah? Because I get that they deserve a whole bunch of shit for going way past their deadlines, for promising things that they didn't give, for false advertisement. Like they deserve criticism for those things. What I don't understand is how they're getting criticism for continuing to go and not cutting with the money they've made and run, or selling the engine to some big company and making a huge profit. Like they're still trying to make the game instead of just cashing out. And these takes, I find them weird because I don't know, man. If there were any game in any industry, in any genre that was doing something like this, and they were kind of sucking at making the game, but they were still trying to make it, I'd be like, hey man, I hope they can at least get healthy and finish the game. But yeah, it doesn't have a release date. Squadron 42 has a release date, but we all know that's like, I don't think even having a release date matters for this project. You can say they don't have a release date. Nobody's going to care if they put a release date on this game. So I don't know what the significance of that is, but Squadron 42 at least is supposed to release sometime soon. People think that Chris Roberts is in a yacht when they think of the money, but there's a lot of people in the trenches that aren't working for free, just like anyone, they need that paycheck. Astromonkey, you think there aren't other people in their yachts? CIG is on the edge of bankruptcy any given year if they don't get money, but that's how, I mean, I don't know if they're on the edge of bankruptcy. I don't think their financials show that. I think they have, actually, I think, hold on. GTA 6 financials. Let's see. So they release their financials every year for those who like think they're just sitting on a huge deposit of money and they're not doing anything. And they report, I think, somewhere around like maybe a few million in profit. Yeah, you can see where most of their money is going to salaries. Other dev costs is probably the yachts, you know. Headcount. So in 2022, they were 860. See, this is what we're waiting for 23. That's a big tell. All right, here we go. Overall, net pledges income cost 1.3, what is this, million? 1.3 thousand millions, so no, that wouldn't make sense. This must be hundreds of thousands? In just thousands, okay. So yeah, it's 1.3 million, 6.2 million. So yeah, their cumulative position before investments is 6.2 million, which is not going to last them very long. How much do they spend per year? So they spend 129 million per year. So yeah, they need to keep making money for sure. But I guess that goes to show that they're not just sitting on a massive pile of cash. If I'm reading this correctly. Biggest interest of this company is to never finish the game. Instead of finishing the game, money come, and you can spend on that then. Okay, but imagine... Wait, what? What is that? What are you linking, Anno? But imagine if a... No freaking way. They released the financials? What the fuck? Oh, dude, we're gonna have to go over this in depth on Monday. I cannot believe we finally got them. Good timing. They probably definitely wanted to do this. I did not know. No, I did not know. What was I saying though? Oh yeah, imagine like, think about this, dude. Think about this. Everybody says that they make so much money not releasing the game, but imagine if this game played well. Imagine if it was showing up at every video game awards and every Summer Games Fest and every Gamescom with new trailers for new patches. And they could then also release new ships to, instead of 2 million people who are obsessed with this alpha, 80 million people who like a general space game. That's what they're going for, right? They're casualizing the game. They're making it easier to get in. They're making it more accessible, and they're working on the new player experience so that they can start to advertise this to a way larger number of people, and they can get into a position where it doesn't look like an embarrassing grift to people, and they actually check it out. You can make way more money. And then you're selling cosmetics, dude. They sell freaking paints. They sell ships. They sell... You could sell freaking lives back because we're gonna have limited lives. They sell cosmetics, dude. Like, I'm not saying all this stuff is good, but when everybody thinks that CIG is this super evil company that's willing to extend the development of a game for decades just to make money, how do you not think that they're going to try and create this incredibly lucrative cosmetics-based monetary system on an actual finished game? Because we can see all these games coming out that make just way more money than Star Citizen does, when they actually have a good reputation. Word of mouth is so important today. And I feel like people think that CIG is just like, oh, well, I guess our game will just always be seen as terrible. They want to fix it. You thought that's what I was going over? No, that was the 2022 financials. I did not know that these were out. These are the 2023s. I'm not going to go over them right now. Man, this is going to be a long read, but it's worth checking this out and seeing what this is. This is probably the most important release of financial information they've ever made, because they acquired a company. They have investments coming due. There's their lost profit before taxation. Lost profit for the financial year. Honestly, I'm not a money person. Is this a loss in parentheses? Losses are marked in parentheses, right? Profits are marked in non-parentheses. Does this mean that 2023 was a loss? Ooh. Now there's the real news. Let's see. So the overall company itself is made up of a lot of different companies. Cloud Imperium Games Limited, Cloud Imperium Rights Limited, Robert Space Industries International Limited, Robert Space Industries GmbH, Gemini 42, Turbulent Media, Turbulent French, Tasty France, and Robert Space Industries International Canada. Yeah, losses because they bought Turbulent. I guess that makes sense. It's actually not bad then if they only made a loss of 8.3 thousand after acquiring that company. Total equity they got right now, 33 million. Let's see, creditors. Amount falling due within 1 year. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get somebody in finance up in here to tell me what's going on. Okay, so this is Cloud Imperium, UK Limited. I don't know what I'm looking at. Help. We're getting distracted. Either way, they released their financials. We'll go over this on Monday when we have like a longer sit down for this. But I think that like they're gonna make money when they make the game better. So I think that's what they want to do. I'm willing to bet a whole generation of people have lived before the game has a release date. Maybe a developer gets too old and retires even. Don't think it's ever gonna release. It's the general conversation is going on here. Elite Dangerous was announced around the same time. It was developed, released, had DLCs, and is now cheap as hell. And a base game does not receive new content anymore. We had a whole game's life cycle, and Star Citizen hasn't made it into beta in the same time frame. Just a laughably bad money scam at this point. I think that says something bad about both CIG and Frontier. That Frontier's game, they've struggled to figure out. I mean, they've gotten into a better place now, better than they were a couple years ago. But the fact that they couldn't figure out how to make their game last, and eventually had to start doing the same thing that Star Citizen had to do in order to last is, whoever continues to fund this mess is fully complicit because they do that knowingly. Meanwhile, we're robbing our whole government. I mean, I was actually hoping for some more nuanced conversation. Wish an open source project could get this kind of support and funding. We could get something to benefit everyone out of it rather than this. Where are the people who are funding this getting this kind of cash? Bro, it's $45 to buy in. He said, I have a friend who plays regularly with a large group of friends. From what he tells me, everyone pools money together to buy those huge ships, and they play the game essentially like Space Arma. What? Where? Dude, what? Asked a lot of the same questions as you. They get together every few days and do operations. Dude, you go to the freaking Star Citizen subreddit and everyone's like, orgs, we don't play in groups. Where's a single player game? And then you come outside of the subreddit and everyone's like, they're all banding together and buying ships to go on operations. Bro, nobody wants to play together in this game. What are you talking about? I wish it was like that. No, okay. It is kind of like that. There are, I mean, even in GII, we do band together and go on ships. But I think you can't say that it's just, this is what people do. They just get in, like, people are just playing this game on like $100 bought in. I noticed a lot of German players who live and breathe the sim stuff who are all in on it. Side project like model trains where you set up for $1,000+ Don't think it's necessarily the same people through all the years. Some buy into it for a few years, play the game, and then stop. All of these things are true, but that's the problem with these conversations. No CitizenCon could be this last few years of runway for them. Seems strange they wouldn't have that. That was Robert's favorite public ego. Oh boy. Love that they already blow away money for their own convention when the game ain't even in beta. Yeah, but their funding stats shows that it pays off for them. CitizenCon always drives up sales, plus the tickets are pretty expensive. They are, and they do drive up sales. It's a marketing event. Which huge ships? The ones that cost a year's worth of WoW subscriptions? I mean, dude, some of these ships are ridiculous. I'm not gonna shy away from that. The A2, like I get why they cost the A2 so much. It's to counteract a not great design of the thing itself, but man, I think the A2 is like 700 something bucks, which is insane. Absolutely nuts. And but CIG pushes it, and so like there are definitely problems like that. If nothing else, this game is an interesting experiment in letting scope creep continue to grow unchecked. I have no stake in Star Citizen, but I think there are better discussions to be had than a scam bad. Hey, there we go. That's what we're looking for. They have proven themselves to be unreliable, mismanaged, and inefficient with their funding, but the devs are clearly passionate about what they're making, and they really do seem to be shooting for the moon on this project. If they are successful in building out their server meshing tech, I'd love to see it licensed out to other games and experiences, and if they're unsuccessful in pushing out finished product, It'll at least make for a great documentary about the rise and fall of crowdfunding behemoth. That's a fair take. That is definitely a fair take, especially from someone who has no stake in Star Citizen. I would not like to see server meshing licensed out, and I'm betting that CIG keeps it in their engine and controls the engine, but honestly, yeah. Anybody who follows this game can tell that the devs are really trying to make something cool. It's just a matter of whether that the management can keep the train on the tracks. Even a Javelin isn't that much money, really. In the grand scheme of things, if you're talking years worth of time, yeah. But, I mean, that's like half a down payment on a car. Server meshing stuff has been one of those vaporware things that's perpetually just around the corner since the project's inception. I think it's strange credulity to believe that a team this grossly mismanaged could crack something like that. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother. Somebody already said it's released. Like it has its problems, but it strains credulity to believe that this team could crack something like that. But we're about to jump into server meshed Star Citizen in like 10 minutes. So what is the conversation? Like, what? You got to get updated information at least. I appreciate this comment. I think that this guy's got a proper healthy dose of skepticism. He sees that clearly things have gone wrong, but like they're trying to do something. 800 million, there's still like no in-person event this year, but trust us, big things are coming. We want this. At this point, Star Citizen is less of a game, more of a sci-fi themed money laundering simulator. Money laundering simulator. Can you launder money if people are using credit cards? Actually, I didn't watch enough of Ozarks to really learn all about it. Sorry, I had like a freaking thing. Have you seen the April Fool Reddit post? No, April Fool's Star Citizen? I seen Star Citizen's April Fool's thing. Meanwhile, actual release games out here struggling to fund patches, and these guys just keep selling JPEGs of ships like it's an NFT convention. It's not, they're not NFTs. They're not investments. Ain't nobody investing in this stuff, dude. It's literally, I mean, okay, some people are doing that, but that's not what we're actually doing. You can launder money in the gray market. Can you launder money through the actual store? I'm not that well versed to know that kind of thing. Bro, they are selling JPEGs. They do that. Anybody who's watching who doesn't believe that, I mean, we all know they sell concept images. But those eventually come to the game, and if they don't, I think they're going to get in quite a bit of trouble. This post was written by an LLM. This thread title reminds me of the guy in PlanetSide 2. I briefly was telling about 5,000 he spent in Star Citizen back in 2013. Always curious about people who don't think it's a scam and who think it'll ever actually be released. Feel like they should never be allowed near a casino. Hey, in my defense, I don't gamble. No matter how, it's like, I don't gamble with money in the sense that I want to get it back. Nobody's trying to get their money back here. We're just trying to have some fun. No matter how much they lose, they'll keep putting the money in thinking they'll win. Folks, it's not, dude, these people are so broken in the mind that they don't realize people just want to have fun. Oh my God. It doesn't have to be about winning or making money. I don't think I'm gonna even post this on YouTube because it just looks like I'm like raging about comments. I didn't think they would be like this. I thought people would be making fun of the game. But like, how do you not even understand why somebody would be interested in it? Yeah. I liked this thread. I liked this comment. I wish that this had gotten a little bit more attention and people had discussed this. It got literally one reply, and it was saying that server meshing isn't real. So that didn't really get us anywhere. And I feel like maybe controversial. We'll do it, because that's where people might be saying something. Oh, no. By the time this release, people online question why game publishers continue their scummy tactics. It'll never be released. They say some things are too big to fall. I'm always so curious about people. I would love, honestly, if anybody's watching this, if you like hate watching this or something, if you are of this mindset, if you're curious about why people like this game, or you just want to come on as a critic, we have a podcast. And if you do make content, we would love for you to invite your own community to come and watch the podcast so we can talk to a wider group of people that aren't just Star Citizen fans. Because I used to go around the subreddits like this on these sorts of things, and I would tell people, I'm like, hey, I'd gladly have you on stream. I'll bring you on the podcast and we can talk about it. And I think a couple times people were like, yeah, that sounds interesting. And then they just ghosted me. It's like, it's not a hard conversation to have. It's literally just people wanting to play something that nobody else is doing. And CIG continues for this entire time to be the only one who's tried to do it. Now, I am somebody who has advertised Cyberpunk. I've advertised Halo Infinite, which is not the kind of game this is, but I've advertised Starfield. I've talked about Outer Worlds. We've talked about Jump Ship. We've played Elite Dangerous and talked about that. We're not like Star Citizen players it's not like we don't know about other games. People just are looking for a specific experience, and this is the only game providing it. There you go. That's it. It's that simple. And the people who are making it have been having problems that the folks who are supporting it have had to struggle through as we wait for the game to come up. And we're hoping it comes up soon. It's that simple. Otherwise, you guys can go through this thread if you want, but I think we've exhausted it quite a bit. There you go. We'll see what the next big news time brings for Star Citizen. Let's jump into the game now. The game that is vaporware. The game that doesn't do server meshing. Let's see if it's actually performing. Still waiting on the mods to make Starfield better than SC anytime now. I thought there was like a multiplayer mod that came out for it. I remember when people were telling me it was like their days were numbered. Because there's Starfield's going multiplayer. It was like really simple. Oh man, dude, these people think that these people think you guys are all millionaires. Does that make you feel good? One of those threads said that everybody who plays this game is just like a well-off younger dad who has time to game. And I'm like, dude, we have 75-year-old people in our org. We have 17-year-old people. I don't think we can. Can we? Yeah, 16 I think is the minimum age. We like. I have so many problems with generalizations. I'm sorry. They really get me. No, really though. Was there a Starfield multiplayer mod? You wish you were, you'd buy more JPEGs. We're all whales. Barely 1,000 dare. That's a good one. Bro, I'm just trying to maintain my 1,000 dare status. The top 100%. They canceled the Starfield Together mod? Really? That actually kind of sucks, dude. I never thought that Starfield would replace Star Citizen with a multiplayer mod or anything like that, but I did think that Starfield with a multiplayer mod and just a bunch of mods in general would be a really cool game. predictions for ILW. You know, I don't know.
Welcome.
I don't even know if they're going to be able to finish the Paladin by Invictus. All right, so my goal right now is to do a little bit of scouting. I want to go check out
Vehicle retrieval system.
the nearby Hathor location.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Actually, I should get something that's going to have more fuel in it.
To the ASOC vehicle retrieval system. Vehicle selected.
We're going to slide in.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the Please visit us
Ooh, no, you know what?
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle.
You know what's going to treat me even better in this situation? Ah, I can't claim it. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take this out and sweep by and see if we can help out and figure out. I'm sure the folks are already figuring out which site is going to work, but just in case they haven't, we'll drop by. No. We're heading out later, Randy. In about 2 hours. To get the creator of Skyrim together said that they're not going to be working on making a Starfield mod because the game is trash. Oy, dude. Bethesda, what are you doing? Like how we just read the comments in under the article. Yeah, I just wanted to see what people were saying. The article's going to be the same kind of thing. I mean, I know how Star Citizen articles are. Hey, this is what's going on. This is how much money it's made. This is how long it's been in development. This is the latest update. And here's like the big things they've said recently. It's just the articles are negative, overly negative. Sorry, they're never overly negative. They're fairly neutral. A lot of times they're actually excited for them. But most of the time, the discourse around that never really matches. Record, but did you see the Starlancer teaser? Hate repeating myself, makes me look desperate, but I like Star Citizen news. Starlancer teaser attack? Teaser as in like their sneak peek, or ooh. Oh. Wait a second, I have an opportunity here. Wait, no, I'm landing. Wait, no, you guys are gonna impound me. Ooh, I have an opportunity here. I think I'm gonna skip it though. I still have some leftover minerals at the space station to turn in, but we can just grab them next time. We got places to be, things to do. Crusader light fighter. That'd be very cool. Was it still my hangar? Dude, I don't know. I don't trust them. Article was surprisingly neutral. I'm telling you, it's not even a surprise. I covered this. There's a supporter video that I have never released to the public. And I think if I released it to the public at this point, people would just get really mad at me. People get angry when I release previous exclusives publicly. But it's an old one, and it talks about how like the discourse around Star Citizen discussing it is kind of dead, and gaming in general. And in it, I show how the articles that cover Star Citizen are like very neutral, oftentimes positive, yet the literal messaging, you know what, I can show you guys this in a minute. The messaging from the editor, who didn't even write the article, is negative. So then you see all of the tweets that reply to this tweet. Oop, I have to control this. All of the tweets replying are all negative because the tweet was negative, but if you read the article's positive. And it's like, dude, you guys are interested in this game. You're just literally gaming off of the fact that people think it's constantly bad. But that's the way it is. Yeah, I just don't even want to deal with the... I probably change the thumbnail on that one before I release it. Engagement bait. And I'm basically engagement baiting off of his engagement bait, right? And the constant cycle continues. This is much less epic without the music. No, instead we're hearing just like random lo-fi. You guys wouldn't believe it, but this entire transition to the new star system was vaporware. Honestly, this is kind of this song is kind of a vibe for getting into the Santon system. It's like feel good a little bit. Be like, yeah, good times. Safety, but not really. Instead, you think you're safe, but you're still gonna die because there's no law. Enjoy Stanton. Yay, city in the clouds. All right, let's go check out, I think Daymar is closer, but I believe the event. Yeah, the event is Everest. So let's head over there first. Because I doubt I'm going to be able to get Daymar and then back over here and then up to the station all in time. Oh, you know what? I actually need some... I'm actually going to need some org armor. So we'll have to drop by ArcCorp first anyways. Anybody come into the event have org armor? I can borrow. I haven't been to ArcCorp in a while. But we can make a pit stop, I think. Shouldn't be a problem. We do need player bounties back. We really do. It's not safe in this game right now. The Starlancer attack was teased in the Golem trailer. Oh, okay. Thought it was the max at first, but the two guns on the bottom were there. Nice. Yeah, the attack's basically done, it sounds like. I honestly don't think that they would release the attack for Invictus because it's not a military ship, but they might. They might just because it's 4.1.2. They might for 4.1.1, but I think they'll probably release something smaller for 4.1.1. Honestly, the Starlancer attack might be a 4.2 release. That's a while away. Tomato kick. You like the YouTube vids. Thanks for watching them, man. And thanks for dropping by the stream. Walgret, you got me on the armor? Thank you. Appreciate you. I just realized I don't think I have a Volt weapon, which is like faves. I left that somewhere. Yikes. Yeah, this is the problem with... We need that Knickknacks app to work better. No, I don't think the TAC is military. I think the TAC is combat. The M2 is military because it was authorized by the military. I think the TAC is just a combat-focused ship, but it's for private use. So I don't know if it's a UEE-specific endorsement kind of thing, you know? The M2 was a UEE used ship, if I'm not mistaken. Or the A2. Or all three of them, maybe. I can get it from Hathor, but we're going to be joined by a lot of people. And I'd rather one of them get to try it out. TAC and Perseus for Invictus, and Ironclad for Defense. Did you hit your head, dude? That's wild. I'd be like, what are you guys gonna do for the rest of the year? You just released all your big hitters? Oh yeah. Yeah, you can get the Volt weapons behind the doors in Hathor locations. All you have to do is get a red key card and then go to the dish station and go into the comms room, and there will be a weapon in there. Your buddy just left, or your buddy got you into this game after about a month ago, having a great time? Really? About a month ago, things were kind of rough. It hasn't scared you away? Bad Wookie, thanks for dropping into the chat. Glad you like the videos. Should have another one out either tomorrow or Monday. I've got a couple videos in the works right now. You haven't played SC in a couple months, and it's always such a pain to get back into it at first. But you always want to play. Anyone have free time available for sale? Just got to go back to 2020, unfortunately. Which is another reason that the game kind of blew up back in that time. It wasn't just that the game got more stable, it was also that more people could see the game, but that still, I think, adds into the fact that the more people who can see this game running well, the more are willing to play it.
Quantum travel complete.
Oh yeah, 4.0.2 actually was pretty solid, you're right. Let's see. Red card dispenser never works for you? Is it because the timing is off, or it just doesn't give you a card? How did player bounties work? Basically, whenever somebody does something that gets them a crime stat higher than level 3, or 3 or higher, players could go here, and in this bounty hunter section, you'd see player names. And you'd click on it, and it would give you a marker following the player name. Now, this system's always been a little bit broken because it's kind of wall hacks, but the idea is that players will show up here, and they're going to have higher and higher amounts of money that you'll get for apprehending them. So over time, people are going to be more and more incentivized to take out the bad actors who are getting crime stats in various areas. And this isn't just a crime stat thing. If a gang puts a hit out on your head eventually, I do believe that would be the same as a bounty. So if you're in Pyro and you're doing something that gangs don't like, you could still get a bounty on your head. And that's going to be a big part of how this game polices itself. Not the only part, because that's not foolproof, but a big part of it. And it's where you start to realize there are plenty of PvP players who aren't there to ruin other people's game. They're there to be the folks who stop other people from ruining games.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel.
Oh man, I really... Quantum travel system in this game. Just real rough right now. Okay, we're gonna have to go to the other side of the planet. Hazgaha. Hey dude, good to see you in the chat. The absolute pinnacle of Star Citizen virtual photography. How you doing, dude? Brother, yeah, ruining, dude, CIG can still intend for you to ruin other people's game. Don't get butthurt by that. It's ruining people's game. If you kill them and take their cargo, it ruins their game. It doesn't mean you're not allowed to do it. That's just the reality of what it is.
Systems on.
Busy? How have we been? We've been good, dude.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel.
Getting the spring together, you know? Another Star Citizen SC photo video? Yeah.
Quantum travel engaged.
Would love to do that again.
Quantum travel complete.
Oh boy. It's been a while. Love to see the world populated. You were shopping ship components, saw at least 5 to 10 people in every place you went.
Quantum
Were they all just sliding across the ground?
Quantum travel complete.
I'm the one saying playing in a valid way is ruining other people's game. Yeah, dude. Sorry about it. If you did a business deal with somebody and they agreed to do it, but then they got screwed out of it and they didn't have any money, their life would still be ruined. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to do that. That's just the fact of the matter. When you lose the things that you have, things are ruined. It's really not hard to get. Never minded criminal behavior, you mind things like pad ramming or griefing. Yeah, pad ramming sucks. That's that's not even a bounty kind of thing. Pad ramming is just the kind of thing they need to remove people from that scenario for. And I mean, maybe the way they do that is by making the loss for the person who rams the pad way worse, but I don't know how you would even track that. If you guys want to see Baby Tomato making photo video. That was a good time, dude. No, I did say it ruined your life. It would ruin your life if you lost. Well, okay. I guess it depends on who it is. If you took somebody's money, maybe they have a lot more money and it doesn't ruin their life, but you can always bounce back. Let's say if you lost your legs. If somebody took your legs, that would kind of ruin their life. There you go. How about that? I think everybody values their legs. Whatever. I'll deal with the conversation. You guys get what I mean. If you have nuance, you understand I'm not. Potato potato. Potato potato? Yeah, that's it. Just using players to keep griefing from getting out of hand. It's not a hard concept to grasp. Yeah, I mean, it always comes down to what the definition of griefing and pirating is, and ruining, and danger, and other players, and every word that you use in this kind of conversation is the point. It looks like the dishes are activated. Nobody's up here. And it's pretty hard to find the laser, not gonna lie, or the actual borehole. But we'll see if it's opened up. Why does it look like water above my dash? Okay, the cave is not opened up here. So in that case, it might be glitched. Because it looks like all the dishes are open. So we will keep that in mind and report back on it. In fact, let me see if... I don't even know if I have voice settings here. Let's see. Hello, hello. Bassin, are you here?
I think we're all here, Tomato.
What's up? How's it going?
Hello.
Vassin, did you have a chosen location already?
Yeah, we're gonna be.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. I was just wondering.
Yeah, we have a chosen location. If you read the brief on the top, where we're going to start. It'll be on there.
Okay.
I mean, just in case the pirates want to know, we're going to be in Pyro
Towers to Veston.
at the pad.
Towers to Veston. Whose party invite are we accepting? We got one from you.
Docking contact received.
Go ahead and accept mine. I got past party lead.
Copy.
I'm breaking the fighters out to have us in our own party so we can jump into the server and get started on scouting.
Hold off on that because there's maybe we might bug out and trying to get them back in menu because remember sometimes I can't scroll down the list.
Oh, okay. So you don't want me to go with that plan then? You don't want me to
Oh, no,
hop into a server first with the
Yeah,
fighters?
but you'll jump in on your own, and then they'll jump, and then once you're in the server, ask them.
There we go. Legs are overrated? Dude. Have you ever seen more than freaking 2 legs in a pair of pants? If you had, you'd realize how weird they are when they... I don't know what I'm talking about. I got no leg jokes, I'm sorry. Keep it to toes, folks. That's fair. Their life might be ruined, but you didn't ruin it. So we'll say that. You didn't ruin their game, but their game is ruined. So, by pirating somebody, you don't ruin their game, but their game is ruined. Therefore, it is a way of CIG keeping people's games from being ruined, with other players being involved in possible ways. That's how I will. That's how I'll state that. God dang it! I opened myself up to that kind of comment, huh? All right, Hungarians, you get that one. God, Aberdeen looks so much better with clouds. All right, just in case anybody who is wondering, who like maybe first time here or decided to jump in based on the talk we were having before, I just want to be clear, we are in a server meshed game right now. You can see up there in the top corner, it says server, and it'll tell you specifically which server you're in. It shows the shard population, which is the overall game, 552 people up here. And then on the side, it shows the server population, which is the one we're in. That's 26. So there are 550 people playing in the overall server meshed environment, 26 on our specific server. The game is running currently at 60 frames per second. The server is running at 30 frames per second. Just to be clear. Now, if you go to another place where things are more close together in cities and stuff like that, your client-side stats will get worse. In fact, we can probably jump back to Hurston here, and you'll see my FPS drop a little bit as we enter quantum travel. There we go. Drop down to 50 briefly, but now we're up to 130 frames per second. A lot of hitching, though. Lots of hitching, which is not good. So yeah, still sitting at 70. Like, the game's running better than it used to. And server meshing is a thing. Just to be clear.
Quantum travel engaged.
If you ruin their game, wouldn't that mean you ruin their life by wasting their time? Probably, dude. Honestly, just quit life at that point. You freaking lost your cargo haul? I did not mean to come all the way down here. We're meeting at Everest Harbor.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
And it,
Alright, gonna turn it on the space station. Does Crusader ship sound like the ship in Elite Dangerous? Oh, Steak, you were serious. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Honestly, I don't think... When I do say ruin their game, it's used very lightly. It might ruin that moment in time for the person. And it always depends on who you're talking to. But at the end of the day, like... It's good to maybe not place so much importance on a game that getting pirated does ruin your day. But again, it depends on the context. Like maybe you had a really, really bad time getting started up, and normally you wouldn't mind. Just curious, I see. If you treat it the right way, you can make the person getting pirated feel like it was a fun time. They may not like it, but they could still think it fun. Yeah. And then you can rate them on Yelp. This was a 3 out of 5 pirating experience. Come on, elevator. We know you really want to be there. Come on, we can see your shaft. $500+ people is everywhere. So we're talking in Stanton and Pyro all over the place. Damn it, I need to get to the freaking shop. I don't have my stuff. I really didn't want to have to relog. Ooh, yes, I do have some stuff here. Wonderful. Maybe I should wear my heat armor. I didn't even think about that. And what's in this backpack? Plenty of med bends. Probably won't need the heat armor, to be honest. Okay, this elevator is just not going to happen. You have to leave the hangar and request another one? Non-freaking sense. I'll probably just leave this server and log back in with the rest of the crew. You like my hair? I think it's hard because a lot of us don't have time to play, and getting randomly attacked kind of just kills the whole mood. But that's why there needs to be... Walcrit, did you just get an elevator here? Thank you. Hey, success. See? Group play is better play. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I mean, and that's why CIG needs to be able to fit more fun times into all parts of this game, so that even if you do get pirated on a 30-minute cargo voyage and that's all you can do, you're still having at least some kind of entertainment out of it. But yeah, I think sometimes it's just going to not be a fun time playing the game. And I've experienced that. I mean, I've experienced that. Mainly it's in multiplayer games, because sometimes you end up losing in your encounters. But I think part of that is what makes the positive parts feel a lot better. Are the mining platforms all PvP? They are open areas just like the rest of Stanton. So you're still in a you are still in a what's it called? Sorry. You're still in a comms range, so like people will get crime stats for attacking you, but just like with the rest of the game, yeah, people can attack you. No armistice, just comms array. It couldn't be armistice, or else we wouldn't be able to, do the event, because you have to kill the NPCs and the sandworms and stuff. Why am I getting so many friend requests? Is this from in the org? Oh, okay, this is from people. I'm like, what's going on? You did an 8-hour session with Vaughn and you weren't attacked once at Grimhex. I mean, you saw us. We just flew down to these areas in quantum mode and we didn't get targeted a single time. I've come to the Hathor locations multiple times throughout the last couple weeks and I've rarely been attacked. Even in Pyro, we just mined in Pyro for like hours on Wednesday with Red Monster. We didn't get attacked. It's not hard to not get attacked in this game. Does suck when you do get attacked though. Yeah, Maha. Exactly. Here you go, Everest. I just jinxed it. Probably. Maybe it'll be a little more fun now. The more time we spend on a loop, the harder it hurts. I know. And that's why I'm saying there definitely need to be protections, and that loss is going to hurt, but sometimes it's going to happen. It's CIG's, of course, it's their job to make sure that we have reliable places we know it won't happen, so we can be there when we want to. And we can also have places where we can expect that it will happen, so that we're just more prepared. We are in the game. We're gonna play. How can you join? !org. If you are not in the org. If you are, it's a little bit late to join this at this point. This is a more serious event for us. This is a mission. So everybody taking part does need to be here at the start, which is in about 2 minutes. Does a clip report feature exist? No. People have been asking, but no. Are we an NA-based org? Most of our members are in North America and Europe. We vary in terms of time zones and when we're doing things. But if you're in North America, you're going to get activity. Depending on when you can play. You hope Vaughn stays? Yeah, he's a mission giver. They're pretty much good to go, I think. I mean, maybe they'll change who he is, but his missions and his vibe and his whole thing should stay. All right, event is starting, so we're gonna hop out into menu so we can launch in with everybody. And I will take this time to go get my water. Yeah, come join us in the org. They're good people. It's good times. We got a 57 player group here right now that we're about to launch in with. They released a Tron trailer. Oh my god. Yes.
No worries.
Hi.
Hey, Tomato.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
We exist.
Good, man.
Doing well.
Pretty good.
Excited.
Boston, I also sent friends request again.
You guys all
Okay,
ready?
Check.
And Gary.
You guys all ready for this mining event?
Is I'll ever be.
I'm hell excited for this.
Dang it. I meant to say... I was supposed to be saying something that was completely wrong, but I just realized this is kind of a mining event.
A whole 2% of it is mining.
Hey now, the 2% matters, okay?
It does. It does. It does.
Absolutely.
I am missing 3 of you for party invites. Who does not have a party invite?
Gary G doesn't have a part.
Does anybody see Gary G on your friends list?
Rig does.
All right, Rig, I'm going to pass you leader.
Copy.
Tomato, I thought it was a mining event. I got my my vulture and reclaimer ready.
You can mine something with those.
Those are salvage ships.
Yes, it's
Plenty of food afterwards.
They just mine. They just mine other ships.
No
Anybody
one
else?
else is allowed to join because the spreadsheet is now full, even though I added more lines yesterday.
Stop joining people.
Yeah.
We
Could
need 9
you
more
say?
people.
Could you say we're freaks in the spreadsheets then?
Oh boy! All right,
Wow.
let's get. All right, folks, let's get this started so we can get this kicked off. All right, first off, thank you everyone for showing up. I think this actually is the record-breaking number for our org.
Awesome.
First off, everyone needs to give a big freaking shout out to the leadership team: Drazen, Rig, Tyrus.
That's it. No one else.
Yeah.
No other honors.
Yourself.
PK and Ava.
PK and Ava.
All right, y'all. I realize that I am on the wrong computer. I have Discord on the wrong computer here. So I got to open it on the other one. Very confusing trying to do this between two. Tyrus. Alrighty, there we go. That should work better. All right, I will be right back, folks. We are going to be getting started soon. 60 freaking people we're about to launch in on Hathor. This is going to be crazy. All right, how's the chair? I always worry that he might be stealing my job. Don't make me jealous. The trailer looks good. Oh my god, the Tron. Ah! Are you serious? Tron trailer looks good. Dude, I might actually watch that and post a reaction to that. I'm so excited for that. Tron Legacy is like one of the only movies that I own physically and have made sure I do. Gonna crash the Aberdeen or Damar server. Let's do it. Let's freaking go. I don't even know if I have time to watch it right now, actually. Let me see if I can listen in a little bit.
It's to the whoever's left over. At this time, I'll pass this over to PK to discuss in detail how he's going to run his side of the house.
Yeah, thank you, Vesna. Well, for me, it's not going to be a big briefing for this one. We're going to split in 2 teams. I've sent the maps and stuff in these chats already. I'll send them in the other chat again, where you can see them better. Both teams are basically going to collect 3 blue cards, 1 red card, and then meet up at the alignment dish to do the last part.
Okay. All right. I'll watch it. All right, I'll watch it. All right, I'm going to watch it. We're going to do it. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. I'm so excited. Oh, no. Wait, they've got the enhanced one. We've got to go to the special browser, folks. We've got to go to the special browser for this one. That's right. Tron Legacy, or not Tron Legacy, sorry. The sequel to Tron Legacy, one of my favorite movies of all time, released a trailer. And I'm going to die. And I hear it's kind of good. Let's go. All right. Make sure the volume's right on this. Cool.
120 miles per hour. Last seen heading northbound. Unit 12, acknowledging dispatch. Already in pursuit.
Very Tron-like opening. Oh, okay. That's different. Right. Because their whole thing is, oh, we're going to get out of the digital world, yeah. Oh, they didn't watch the movie.
I'm looking for something. Something I do not understand.
Ooh. Wait, I like this vibe. Yeah, get him. What am I looking at? What was that? Ooh. Dude, what are these vehicles? Look at this world. Oh, shit. Dude. So they're mixing things up. What'd he say?
Ready?
That sound like Jeffy. Is Jeff in this one?
Because there's no going back.
Dude, the music also sounds good. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's go. So Jeff's back. Looks like Clue's getting out. I'm guessing Jared Leto is now Clue, or are they like doing something else? Jared, what are you doing? Dude, I love that they're mixing the digital and physical worlds here. This is gonna be great. I can't wait for this. Are they sticking with the dude who played the son? I actually kind of liked him for the role. Or are they switching up the cast entirely except for Jeff? Because this doesn't. Who is this? I don't recognize this. Either way, dude, this looks so much fun. Clearly, they're all coming to the real world, so maybe they'll fix us and make us unite against an enemy other than ourselves. But looks like a fun freaking movie. I'm looking forward to it. Hope it's as good as this first trailer. The music's always great. Do wish it was Daft Punk again. That was really cool. But everybody can make good music, right? Gillian Anderson, oh. Oh, that's the speedster from X-Men. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Right, 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, that's right. I don't know their names, but I know their music. Really freaking cool that it's 9 Inch Nails. I completely forgot. Is it the same director? Because he does that kind of stuff. Who's directing this one? Tron Ares. No, this is a different director. The guy who directed the first one is really, really good at picking composers for his movies. He picked freaking M83 for Oblivion. He picked Daft Punk for Tron. I think he picked... I want to say he picked something else pretty good for some other movie. Wait, is this who I'm thinking of? Yeah, Joseph Kaczynski. Did Rogue One, but what else did he do where he picked like really good freaking music? Oblivion was M83. Whatever. Either way, good music for Tron is kind of a given, right? Quicksilver, that's right, that was him. Tron himself in it. They clearly want to keep Tron around because Tron Legacy ended with, I just think it's going to be a different actor. What is he doing, destroying another movie? Not a Jared Leto fan? Let me check in on the briefing here.
By Reptura. So if we do need to repair and rearm, we'll coordinate with each other and do that in pairs. Thank you everyone for coming.
All right, as for comms, if you look down below, we actually do have comm channels. There is a Mission Ground, which PK's team will join in that, as well as our looter Connie, which is Yax. I'm gonna pull my list up.
Dude, Tron Uprising was so good. That was really sad that didn't end. There's so much quality stuff we could be getting from the Tron universe. I wonder if they would just ruin it if they tried to start digging deeper into it. Tron could have easily had its own multiverse, you know, like if they could have built off of Tron Legacy for sure and had like a nice cinematic empire over the next 10 years, but you know, it's Disney and they were like, "Hey, we've got Marvel. Why do we need this?" I wonder if Marvel was doing really, really well, was still doing so well, if something like Tron Ares would have even been greenlit. Kind of similar audiences.
Then they will respawn, grab some ammo from Ammo Crate, and then they'll be ferried down in a C8 back to Peak.
Trying not to give away too much important information on the stream.
Mission Ground voice channel to Mission Special Transport. And then at that time, Drazen will assign 2 fighters to escort you up, and they will also jump down to that channel. Once you guys are done unloading and you come back down, you'll both break off to your respective channels again and resume your normal duties. That has everything about covered. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, Shifty here. I'm a trooper on phase 2. Should I also set my spawn at the Polaris initially, or should I stay at Everus?
What do I have you at? Oh, you're a Valkyrie crew. Have it at Everest at first, and then once we make the transfer, you know what? Keep it at Everest. That's fine because you'll eventually join the Valkyrie crew again once we move on to the next PAMP, if we're able to mine twice. And if you die, you can just come back down to us real fast.
All right.
All right. Any other questions?
Ava is still not able to get in the TeamSpeak.
What's the?
But I don't need to be, I guess.
What's the problem? Do you need an invite, or is it just not letting you in?
It says server max client reach, so I think
there's a limit of 10 right now.
Okay.
All right, let me check into it.
Cool, thank you.
I don't know if this is the time for this particular question. I'm in the fighter group. I'm just confirming. Am I in my own like individual fighter, or am I actually in like a turret, as I was told at one point? I'm just wanting to make sure.
Yeah, Ash, we'll cover that whenever we break out into our groups here. But you will be with Maverick and a Scorpius.
Roger.
Sorry, my com's not working. Grayson, are you still on server?
Yes, I'm still on server.
All right. Would you like? Okay, fighters, go ahead. Just the fighters, no one else. If you can go ahead and please join in on Drazen right now. The rest of us are going to hold off on the menus until the fighters get in their ships, call them up, and free up the hangars. And then the rest of us will jump in. We don't want a situation where there's 60 of us trying to call up ships.
Roger, roger.
Can I repeat the name?
Drazen.
Drazen.
Yes.
Drazen, yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't got my friends list, so I won't be able to join on him.
All right. If it's not Drazen,
right-click his name in party.
Velas. Join Velas otherwise.
That's soft.
Shifty in the chat, yo. All right, just trying to fix this interface here. That doesn't make sense. Unlimited, let's see. Hey, I hope you weren't talking in there.
Confused though. Am I in the new channel with you?
Sorry.
Oh yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
my
you're in the channel.
head's going wild with the spreadsheet. I just added another 15 lines while all the briefs were going out. So yeah, what's up? TeamSpeak, yeah.
Yeah. So, are you not able to join the server, or you can't? Like, can you access it? You just can't get into the voice channel.
It loads and then it says server max client reached. So I mean, it's probably not that vital today.
That's weird though, because it shouldn't have a.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
No, I think Brigadier Bow as well was struggling.
Yeah, I need to make sure that's not a problem.
I think we just tried to join a bit later than the specialists were in, maybe. I don't know TeamSpeak enough to know if there is a limit or how you change it.
I wouldn't think there is. I mean, we're paying.
Yeah.
I mean, I at least wouldn't think that it was 10 people.
No, I would expect more than that, absolutely.
But I don't see anything straightforward online that's telling me one way or another.
No. Yeah, and it's not saying that it's the password that's wrong or something. It just says failed to establish connection.
Yeah, so
to the
TeamSpeak
server,
3
but,
server can
yeah.
be used at no cost for up to 32 people. So there's
So, yeah,
something
why-
else.
Weird. Okay, that's fine. I'll look into it a little bit while Yax is flying me around. So I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking at this as well.
Yeah, nice one. Okie doke.
Yep.
Nice. Cheers.
See ya. Interesting. Any oh crap. So confusing doing this between two computers. Any tips in the chat? Chat, are we still here? Yeah, we're good. What is this Arma simulator scam? Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Like, why? Let's see. Arma simulation scam game where everyone gets together to buy huge ships because we're all millionaires. Let me see if I can find where that recording went so we can make a video out of that. This one, this one, this one. I think it's this. Make sure the server and channel settings don't have max cap. Yeah, I don't. Show details. It says 10 out of unlimited. Users 10 out of unlimited. User limits, allow unlimited users. Yeah, there's literally an option for allowing unlimited users, and I have it clicked. Okay, hold on, let me see if I can change it to allow. Let's see. To allow 30 users. Maybe that'll do it. You'd have 2 games to destroy your career with then instead of just this one, if they did a Tron MMO. Big tip for this event is to check if the OLP is bugged first before even attempting to start it. Right. Yeah, I think it is too. In fact, I'm gonna just mention that real quick. All right, let's see if that works with TeamSpeak. Fingers crossed, my friends. Cross them hard. Did you hear about the Tron? Yeah, we just watched the Tron Ares trailer. Wondering how goes the development of Space Madness? Certainly still very, very pretty. You just checking in after a little while, Minyo? Belazrael, how you doing? Saw you in game a couple times. Is it cool if I add you? I generally am Just need to make sure, you know, that we know who we're adding. Are you in the org? That certainly helps. Otherwise, we don't know if we're inviting people to, you know, see where we're running these kinds of events. Minyo, just getting back into it. Well, a lot of things have happened recently. I don't know if you know, but server meshing is now running in the game. So it's expanded quite a bit. Now, instead of having 100 people per instance, you're looking at more like 500 to 600 people per instance. They added the second star system of Pyro. So now we're jumping between star systems and you kind of have different vibes in either one. They're focusing more on like content and narrative stuff right now. So we're seeing more kind of focused experiences and not so much just like random features getting thrown in that may or may not be useful. A lot of the stuff they're putting in is like stuff they clearly want everybody to start using. So they're like focusing more on a game environment, but it's still pretty rough, you know, in certain areas at certain times. But like this new event we're doing is pretty cool. Or it's not an event. I keep making that mistake too. This new activity that they've put into the game is pretty cool, as long as it works. So we're about to run through it and see if it works. But I am slowly running out of time for the stream. Dragorn, thank you for the sub, by the way. Using your Prime sub. We really appreciate that. Recommended to save the profile. Yeah, that would be the best way to probably make sure you save your profiles on your sticks if you're make sure to what's it called? If you make sure to save your profile, then you have no risk. Yeah, kind of quest lines. Not quite quest lines, not yet. The quest lines they're putting in are not permanent, so I wouldn't really call them quest lines. They've been more kind of narrative events. I think that they used those to make themselves some time so they could start putting in quest lines, but we'll see if that even happens. I don't know when they're going to start getting us more involved, permanent storylines. Hopefully it's this patch cycle. Not in the org, totally get it. Gotta be careful, so I get it. I'm not playing SC right now, but I figured I'd ask. Might have sent you a friend request in the past, I think. I see. Consider joining us. Even if you're just looking for a group of people to play with. Run into every once in a while. Minyo, how'd you hurt yourself? Yeah, more like daily tasks. Yeah, it's definitely focused on just making sure people are getting into the game. And the quest line stuff might be a lost cause for them right now because they don't really have they want to keep people here now. Quest lines will get old. Just shooting off a quick message. Sports injury. That's rough. Sports injuries suck because you end up trying to play through them and just making them worse. You want a space tomato paint for your ship? Does that just look like somebody chucked a tomato at the front of your ship and it just like flowed off the back? That actually might look kind of cool. It's like flames. Tomato flames. To flames. Juice. Hey, Walgrit. Thank you for gifting up the memberships, dude. Hell yeah. Let's go, my dog. Toast Gang grows. Also, shout out to Walgrit for making the trip up here to try and help with some of the computer problems we've been having. Appreciate you, dude. Spent like hours sitting here with me at the computer. Walgrit did come to the conclusion that what my situation, this is weird. Computers don't act like this, and unfortunately, it still acts weird. But definitely helped with some parts. Appreciate you, dude. None of your friend wants to play Star Citizen. You never have crew for your big ships either. Yeah, I mean, we have it set up so that even if you just need somebody to take your salvage back to a space station for you for a bit, you can ask for some help. We'd love to have you. I don't have any friends that played Star Citizen either. Why we started it. What's the issue you're experiencing with your system? Oh, it's all kinds of different stuff. My Duocaster doesn't control the MIDI output of my volume on my second computer. My first computer has a weird glitchy noise whenever it's plugged into the Duocaster's main thing. My camera has low frame rates for whatever reason. OBS drops plenty of frames. My encoder doesn't hold up on my recording PC. Just all kinds of things, man. All right, we in here. A group of 60. And so it begins. Weird noise could be ground loop. It is a very, 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 very strange search situation. It's it only occurs when certain programs run, which leads to it possibly being a CPU problem, but it happens on multiple computers. And it's not with all CPU intensive situations. So it seems to be a driver issue with the Duocaster, but then it doesn't happen on this computer, which is why you guys aren't hearing it now. It's like... You switch to Streamlabs OBS? Streamlabs is kind of a crappy company. I use Stream Elements, which is great, but it feels like it might just be an OBS issue for me.
Abyssal 2 payback. I am outside the station due to a collision with another player.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, is Walgrit around here? You mind if I grab some armor?
When will we be setting the spawns on the Polaris?
Once we get it.
Copy.
How do you manage communication with 60 people not talking over each other? Comms etiquette. These kinds of missions are... So, you guys have seen plenty of activities, and generally our activities are very open, they're very friendly, they're very, like, kind of... Plenty of stuff is going on at all times. Those get a little chaotic. But this is a mission which is more of our higher level members and more of our serious level kind of gameplay. So comms etiquette is a much more expected. And it's kind of like more about maintaining the peace of the event than getting to just say whatever you want right now. These people are here to play. Yeah, Discord doesn't have tiered voice comms, which sucks. Gilded almost did. Excuse me. But basically the way we do it is our people who are running the event are on TeamSpeak, and then the people who are playing are on Discord. Oh, you're using a 9700K? That's what I started on you playing this game. We're also split into multiple parties. So the way that we do these events basically is our leadership of the event is in TeamSpeak, talking to each other. And then our members are split into multiple groups based on which team they're running on in this mission. So our ground team is in a group, our air team is in a group, our mining team is in a group, and their communication goes through our event leadership who is in TeamSpeak. So while we're all 60 people in this event, the actual voice channels themselves only have about like 10 to 15 people in each.
Second, AFK.
Yep, okay.
Tomato to Walgrit, just checking where you're grabbing the armor, right?
Yeah. It's
Cool.
coming up on the elevator for you right there.
Thank you, buddy.
You need any guns, or you good?
I don't think I have anything long range. But that's
Okay, you
I'm
want a
good on.
sniper or AR or something?
Do you have like an S71 by any chance?
Yeah.
Woohoo. Oh no. Don't open it. Put it on, Dave. Put it on. Come on, get your legs on. We lost our legs. TeamSpeak still the best. Honestly, I think Gilded is the best, but they are basically, you have to have Roblox to use Gilded, which a lot of people do not really care for. Hella Gaming, thank you for becoming a member on YouTube. What org is this? This is our org. The Tomatoes org, the Garden org, GII, Garden Interstellar Initiative. Where we play with the folks. Yeah, Gilded was really set up to be an amazing app. Oh, I forgot we had the railgun. Right, we have more stuff here. Okay, we'll get an LH-86.
Wall for tomato.
Yeah, go for tomato.
Wow. It looks like the patch 8 by S71s.
No problem. I'll be fine.
Do you want something else? Okay.
Yeah, I got enough here. I'll pick something up while we're out there.
Sweet.
Multi-tool. Tractor beam on the multi-tool. Mining component there. We're not going to take the railgun. Tempting.
Yeah,
Tempting.
so is everybody back in menus now?
Yeah. Oh.
Returning to menus now,
Tomato
sorry.
right here.
No worries. We're waiting for the ships to land anyway.
Cool. I am back to menu. Roblox? Yeah, Roblox bought out Gilded like years ago. And eventually they required an account for it. You'd blocked SC content for over a year now. Almost forgot to get your ship. Just taking a break? Name of the org is the Garden Interstellar Initiative. It's linked down below, or you can type in !org, I believe, to bring the link up. Yeah, the atmosphere is rough without the Pembroke. Jump in, jump out of the ship. Why use other apps? What's wrong with VoIP? VoIP doesn't work reliably. It doesn't have any sort of... It doesn't really have a great history service. There's no stats tracking. There's no permission system. It's inconsistent. It's just rough. No, I don't use the large tractor beam tool. I'm going in mainly as combat support and loot. Not really focusing on picking anything up this time. You came back with 4.0? Were you just waiting for them to get that kind of stuff together, or something else was just keeping you from playing? I'm glad we're at least close to it's maybe VoIP possibly maybe working in this game. Maybe. Would really, really love that if it did consistently work. Just waiting for Star VoIP too. Star Voice. Star Speak. Star Words. They already have Star Words. Too much real life stuff and roughness of the game. Yeah. Well, not sure if the roughness of the game is going anywhere particularly fast. Slowly being eroded away, though. Yeah, I have one of those too. Star comms. This is true hardcore Star Citizen gameplay. No, but this is like really how serious Eve plays out, right?
Probably.
This is
Any
about how
MMO raid.
serious- Yeah.
I think this is a game.
So many layers to that.
That's why you gotta like your org mates, right?
We're supposed to like each other.
Just using you to get the gems out of this.
I think that would be really strange if I didn't like the people in the org.
Since there's no in-person SitCon, we should have a GII con.
Hell yeah.
Garden gathering. About to get the garden together. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Get as many people as we can out together. We'll see if we can host something worth like driving out. We'll sell JPEG ships to get people plane tickets out here.
You'll have to sell the orc armor as real-life merchandise.
That would actually be really cool, like as a raffle win or something. How does one join the org? !org in the chat will bring it up for you. Ooh, JPEG feet pics, dude. That's a good one. The toes. I wonder how many people hesitate to join us when they like see all the toes stuff and they're like, wait, is this like, what am I getting into here? What are these people actually, is it all just a front? We all just here for the money laundering and the toes pictures? Have you slept on the Super Hornet Mark II for so long? That ship is way better than the Vanguard Harbinger. Don't trust that it will remain better though. Vanguard's a big ship. That thing might actually end up getting a nice glow up soon. But yeah, the Super Hornet's solid. I love the Mark 1. That's my go-to. Just need to leave your credit card information. We're just using it to validate your identity, of course. You'd go to the Garden Gathering? Well, I gotta talk to Mrs. Tomato and see what she's thinking as well. But we're gonna try and do something. Quentin Tarantino is your favorite director and writer. Guy has a massive foot fetish. Hey man, we're not gonna yuck your yum. I'm just saying. It would be interesting to join a gaming community and then suddenly realize that it's a gaming community united by a love for toes.
PK.
Yes.
I was looking at the TeamSpeak thread we've got, and it looks like when
Toes,
you
toes,
were
toes.
first trying to connect, you had the same issue I'm having now.
Thank you very much. Colt! Brother! Following up with the toes from Vargonio. Is it Vargonio or Vargonio? Vargonio sounds really fun. It's like a pasta. The Colt Classic. Mr. Colt Kimber. Whoop. I messed up your B, I'm sorry. Is that name from somewhere, Colt Kimber? Just like a cool name you came up with. Pasta sounds good. Yeah, pasta's not bad. Will there be a life-size Apollo at the gathering? Maybe we'll make a life-size Apollo the God out of chocolate. I haven't gotten to have any good chocolate Easter bunnies yet because I keep forgetting to grab one. It's actually more so whenever I see one, I'm not in the mood for it, so I just never get one. But I love a chocolate bunny, so a chocolate Apollo might be also in the cards. Yeah. Colt and Kimber, both firearm companies. Oh, that makes sense. It's kind of like there's like a lawyer company that has a first name and a last name. Well, it sounds like a first name and a last name, so it sounds like one person, but it's actually two different people's names. Thought they sounded cool together as a tough sounding gamer name. Dude, sound like a tough gamer, man. Thank you for the subs, though. I appreciate it. You love RSI ships. You can't wait for all your ships, but you can't really wait to see what the Arastra looks like. The Arastra is a pretty cool ship. I'm excited to see how that laser goes in between the parts of the ship. You're still having...
Oh, yes. But yeah, Walker just said he's got the same error as well.
Yeah, I just tried connecting him.
Dude, that's so weird. Because there was no limit before. The limit before was unlimited. So I shouldn't have to restart it to update it.
The thing is, it's saying 10 out of 10 users for me in the GII channel. So it seems to have put a limit on that for some reason.
There's no limit on the server, but there's a limit on that channel in the server. Is that how it works? Or I don't really know.
Maybe.
Not sure with TeamSpeak.
You can limit both. The actual channel is 10 out of 30 right now. The actual server is 10 out of 10.
Okay, that's even weirder.
When I was running event, that was a setting on the web interface that ran the server for the server max clients.
Okay.
I haven't done TeamSpeak in forever.
Server max clients. That's pretty strange.
Hey folks, just want to pop in and say we all appreciate your patience. So we're trying to find a good server. Just give us a couple more minutes. We may have found one, maybe. So just stand by.
All right.
Vince, thank you.
I put a screenshot of it in the side chat there, Tomato. It's saying 10 out of 10 for me.
Thank you.
Someone let all the riffraff in, that's what it is.
Darn specialist.
Yeah, I think they're so special.
Gross.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Hey Tomato, if you right click on the GII comms server at the very top of it, you should be able to click edit virtual server in the pop-up menu, and that'll let you change the number of maximum clients.
I do not have that option. I can see that you've connected to the server too. I don't have a edit virtual server. I just have I just have server settings.
Are they already? No, wait, wrong channel.
Okay. Whoop. About to watch the Tron trailer again.
Try that link in the side chat, Tomato.
Oh, it's Demotic. I think it looks like you've got the... Is that the older version of TeamSpeak?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
yes, TeamSpeak 3.
Yeah. What's the one with that's all blue? Is that 4 then or something?
That's 6.
Oh, 6. Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I thought we were using 3. Why are they on 6?
It's still missing some pretty important features.
They're both connected to the same thing though, so they should both
Yeah,
work with the same-
both clients work with the same servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm seeing this now. Yeah, I'm seeing the 10 out of 10 here. So the hosting website I'm just trying to log into now.
Two hours later.
It feels accurate.
It's not even been 1 hour.
It's fine. How star system rolls.
The patience testing universe.
Who blinks first loses.
the domain and the port. Okay. Hey, this is a bit annoying. I'm just trying to get access to the back end of this server, but this website that I'm hosting at doesn't have a forgot password setting, and I don't. This is why people don't use things like TeamSpeak. When you could just go on Discord and open a server and you don't have to do all this kind of stuff with some third party. And I don't have to expand my server to allow more than 10 people to talk. Like, what?
Copy.
I don't want to piss myself, so I will be right back, guys. People having fun with the soundboard.
As we do.
Well, at least you guys like the music. We did a mini game you can play on stream while we have downtime in events. Marbles on stream. I just like I would do that, but I
So
can't
we're gonna
figure out.
launch the group here into a new server. We're hoping to spool up a completely new server because we're jumping in with 60 people. So give the fighter pilots some time to get their ships up and stuff like that. They've checked out about... Yeah. But we've checked out about 6 or 7 servers and all of them haven't worked or there's people there.
Yeah, that was always going to be part of it. It just...
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, resetting my password on this ridiculous website. Apparently my username is a bunch of numbers.
This is not a new server, just so you know.
I kind of wasn't expecting that to work anyway, but we gave it a try.
It's still pretty wild that not that long ago it was only 50 people in a whole server, and we're launching with a party of 60. Like, I love that. It's so good.
Oh my god.
Working noticeably better as well.
Mm.
Handling this much people.
Yeah, like, it's certainly not that long ago jumping in with 10, 15, 20 and the whole server just watching it grind to a halt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that out of it. There we go.
Everyone in the elevators thinks they're going down, but it's another floor.
They're just another floor, yeah.
It's gonna be funny for people who are here, just seeing all these same suits running around.
Yeah.
A blip in the matrix.
Don't go in there, Rig.
Ragnar the wall grid.
Stand here in attention.
Go for a wall.
Could I get a set of armor from you? Mine's on Lorville.
Yeah, give me a second. Careful when running. Dangerous
Toes.
thing.
Okay, so
One guy here standing that's not in a org.
it looks like basically we're currently paying $21 every 6 months, but they're capping us at 10 people.
Oh, wow.
This is why people stick to Discord.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll need to bump it up to, we'll have to add $5 more on top of that, and we'll be able to have 15. But in general, TeamSpeak's going to be limited. So yeah, we'll talk about that at the meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries.
But at least as of right now, I can't immediately bump it up for you. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I mean, we're in the VC here with the ground team anyway, so we'll be coordinating with PK and so on. So yeah, it'll be fun.
All right.
Thanks for looking into it. Cheers.
Oi. Running org's expensive, man.
Global chat is getting curious now.
Yeah, let's not talk with global chat.
No.
Walgert, thank you for the for the super chat for the TeamSpeak upgrade. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I think we're gonna have to figure out. We'll probably need to figure out.
Guys, please don't talk about the event in global chat.
Yeah, that's a strict no-no, especially for missions, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Okay, whoever needed the armor, meet me in my hangar.
Roger for that.
Yeah, global has got some problems. Hey, PK, did you let folks know to tell people not to talk in global here?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
I think that message has gone out to all teams, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, especially for missions, we don't want to
Blue team, we can
let
meet
folks
at
know.
Yax's large hangar.
Yeah. Thank you, Arkin.
All right, we're finally in game, folks. Good news for all of you. I have to leave in 15 minutes.
All for Yaks.
You know, normal event fun. But at least I know now we can get the TeamSpeak upgraded. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work, man. We're gonna have to always limit TeamSpeak, I think. And to be quite honest, I don't think it really needs to go above 10 to 15 people. Specialists should only be in the TeamSpeak if they're running an actual team. And we shouldn't be having that many different teams running for any given mission, to be honest.
Please don't engage in global chat for this event.
Go armor.
Who's running this group?
PK, I think.
What are we currently doing? Sorry, I might have missed. Just waiting for the ships to get down there.
We're waiting to see if the locations are clear.
Cool.
And working. Which the last report is that one of the sites is active.
I gotcha. Ain't really SC unless you have to leave it for something big. Ain't really a SC unless you have to, yeah. It's just a bummer that they take so long to start up, you know? If you're in the org, it's still running within the org. But generally these aren't available to watch outside of GII. This is just a little peek in. Cool. At least I know how to update this server now.
Everybody in the FPS teams head towards pad 3, please.
Roger that. Pad 3.
Roger, moving.
Okay.
He's trying to get a Geo into a Polaris, so probably not.
Oh dear.
You just want to see a good org in action. If looky-loos are not wanted, then fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's just not going to be streaming anywhere else. Crap. What did he say? Pad 4? Pad 1? Was it Pad 4 or Pad 1? Pad 4? Pad 1. I have terrible memory. We're going to Pad 4. You watch this in Discord? Yeah, if you're in the org, this is currently on Discord going on. I don't think they're going to want people in the rooms, though.
Yeah.
Now that I think of it. But it is clear, guys, that people want to see this, so we will make sure that we can get more of these actually large-scale org events running on Saturdays. It's been a little bit quieter over the last couple of months as the game has been pretty unstable, but with this patch we are hoping to try and get an idea of how these larger events would be running. So if this goes well, I will make sure that you guys can... Oh, 3. Thank you. I will make sure you guys can get more eyes on an event like this every Saturday, or at least every other Saturday. We hear you. Twitch is pretty empty for SC streams today. That's what it looked like there wasn't much going on Twitch this morning when I was getting online.
All right, Heart Chargers. Once we get this things lined up, we're going to start getting ready to hit that second PAMP.
PK. Do you end up coming back down?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I knew we'd be in a rush.
No worries. All right, get everybody situated. Fighters, 7, get some people down there and start patrolling that area. Hammerhead.
It just the Geo just went up.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Where's the Valkyrie located at?
Pad 3.
Thank you.
All right, so they are loading the supply ship here with the Polaris, getting everything ready to head down. You can see we've got combat readiness, Captain Pilot, PK, hurting his legs. But this is our ride. We will be over here for some FPS dropping, clearing out the area. Keeping things safe. Well, we would be if we were
If you want, Rick, you can land that
Leaving
down
in
there,
time.
and we can have the CA pilot ferry up to the.
Actually, Skippy, I think with a mission, we're not gonna have viewers sitting in the voice chats. That was a mistake on my part. I love the, is that a Gladius just sitting on its, not on its landing gear? Yeah, you have to sit in the, I don't think you can watch the Discord streams without being in the voice channel. Are we going on the Polaris?
As soon as everything we're hitting.
There we go.
PK, we with you?
FPS ground team is in the Valkyrie, yes.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Just setting spawns in Polaris.
Ah, gotcha.
Coming to PK.
Go for PK.
Got your Geo. Bring it down by the players.
Yep.
Anybody that's in the Valk or on the ground, if you wouldn't mind, we've got 3 more 2 SCU boxes that need to make their way to the Polaris. They're holding the Geo containers.
The Geo disappeared.
I will see if I can grab one. I've only got a multi-tool. Oh, looks like we got people out there.
Loot team, I think we're ready for launch.
Tomato to rig.
Let's go and hang out.
Rig.
Where are those boxes?
They're on the M2 that's kind of hanging off the edge of the pad.
Roger.
Ava, could you repeat that?
Yes, let's go. Let's get outside. So we won't be able to use a different VC just for the loot crew now because of the access to the TeamSpeak, but that should be fine. We can also use the ship text comms if we want to keep anything that's non-priority.
Biggest turnout for a GII event might be this. 60 people is quite a lot. Usually our events are around 10 to 30 people. I would say they probably stick to the teens for the most part. It depends on what we're doing. But again, these are missions, so these will naturally end up being bigger. We don't really run many missions yet. These more serious kinds of events we've mostly started to get more into this year. Whoa! Yo, don't jump off the Polaris's freaking ramp. No, we don't stream these events out. This is a unique case where I stream them out, but generally our missions can't be streamed for security reasons. Magic Physics 100. Super bounces. I guess I don't even need to set my spawn. Damn, this is gonna be glorious. Whoa.
Somebody's getting shot up.
Oi. The turrets, no, the turrets. What happened? God damn it, Star Citizen.
Is it the station or some people?
It's the
Nah,
station.
it's the station. Something bumped something.
TDC must have shot at something.
They
They're
bumped into
clear
the
though.
Station.
Somebody
They bumped into
targeted.
the station with the thing.
Right behind you, Payback. C2.
PK, come again. You said the Polaris bumped into the station. Anybody else confirm? Is that what he said?
I believe that's what I heard.
Server just 30 gate, I think.
It's because we got all of the turrets firing.
Server.
Consequences for small mistakes. Well, that's why we do. I mean, there's plenty of things that the game causes problems like that for, but that is.
Someone inside the Valkyrie just took a drink, so.
And I'm not in any way saying that this is the person who is flying the Polaris or whatever. It could have been the game. I don't know yet. But consequences do happen for small mistakes, and those consequences can ruin the days of dozens of people at once. That's why we do, like, while we have basic activities, like I was saying, these events, these missions that are more serious, that take dozens of people and a whole bunch of man hours to put together, that's why we limit them to certain members, people who have already. It's really not hard to get into the group that you can play these. You just need to go to like 2 activities and be here for a couple weeks. But that's why we do it, because we want to make sure that everybody reaches a standard where we know we can trust them for that kind of thing. That's why we also have roles that people get assigned based on what kind of skills they have. So flying a ship, you'd actually have to get that role to be able to fly a ship in this kind of event, because then we know the people who are flying the ships know how to fly ships. It's...
Where?
Say again?
When you were in the Valkyrie, we're good to take off.
Oh,
Depending
okay.
on if that's and what the game plan is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, have we had any sort of mention after the Polaris had to run away? Is there a crime stat involved or anything?
No. Not as far as I know, at least.
It's still alive. I can see it.
Dedicated recorder of events that could post to op afterward. We've worked on it, but the logistics behind it take some time. We do have a GII YouTube channel. It's just a matter of whether or not our captains use it or not, but currently they are not. Generally, I try to upload these gameplay videos to my Space Tomato Plays channel. It's just this Saturday, unfortunately, we've got places to be. This is the mission. Well, I'm currently on the group that's not doing anything mission related. Those people have already gone down to the moon. But unfortunately, this is where I have to step out. I was thinking that the event would be starting a little bit faster. But I think the game just caused us some problems, unfortunately. And I'm sorry about that, folks. But we will be doing this again next Saturday, so please consider coming by. I'll be doing a streamathon next Friday into Saturday, so we will try and have something really big also planned for that you guys, we can film for hours, we can play and talk about and all that stuff. I'm really sorry that we have to get going this week. But that is the end of the stream today. I will be going live again on Monday to talk and chat. We'll probably look at the financials on Monday and talk about what's going on. But yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I know that you really wanted to see this. We will put something together for this, I promise, next Saturday with the whole crew again, all the people, and it'll be a good time. I'm gonna send you guys over to the Astro Pub. It looks like he's still doing some SC stuff. I think he should have his captain's table coming up soon. Love you all. You're really cool. This community is awesome. We'll be coming back again next week to talk more about the possibilities of a garden gathering for CitizenCon this year. And of course, look forward to some good new streams and stuff coming out next week. I got like 3 videos planned for next week. So I think it should be an entertaining one. Hopefully we get some good news. Either way, thanks again. Love you all. You're great people. Eat well. Go give somebody a hug. Treat yourselves well. And I will see you on Monday. Goodbye and good day.